Let's review. The SA node fires into the right and left atria. The atria contract. It also sends electrical spark to the AV node, which makes the AV node fire electricity through the bundle of His, the right and left bundle branches, into the Purkinje fibers, which causes the ventricles to contract. Physiology of the heart. The function of the heart is to supply oxygen by way of the blood flow to the entire body, and this is achieved through the conduction system of the heart. Terms to know. The SA node is the heart's natural pacemaker. The AV node is the secondary pacemaker of the heart. The bundle of His is the conduction line before it branches off to the right and left bundle branches. The bundle branches, you have your right and your left side Purkinje fibers. The end of the conduction system, which are called the roots. If you think about a tree, lightning strikes the top of the tree. Lightning travels down through the conduction system of the tree into the roots. Once it goes to the roots and hits the ground, it's grounded. It's the same thing with the heart. The heart functions by electricity flowing through the heart to produce a heartbeat. Let me explain. The heart receives an electrical shock by way of the SA node. The SA node fires electricity to the right and left atrium and to the AV node. Once the right and left atrium receive the electrical shock, they contract, forcing blood into the ventricles. This part of the conduction system is represented by the P wave in every heartbeat. If you look at the diagram below, you see the letter P. That is signified by the SA node firing and the atria contracting. Then the AV node receives its electrical shock and fires its own shock through the bundle of His, down through the right and left bundle branches, into the Purkinje fibers. Once the electricity has traveled all the way down through the conduction system, the ventricles receive their shock, and that's when they contract. When the ventricles contract, they force blood out of the heart and into other parts of the body. That creates the QRS complex. If you look at the diagram below, you see QRS. The QRS complex in every heartbeat represents this part of the conduction system. Then we have the T wave, which is represented as the resting phase. If you look at the diagram, you see the T wave. So we have the P, the QRS, and the T. That is a complete heartbeat. Labeling each heartbeat. Here we have labeled P, QRST, P, QRST, P, QRST, P, QRST, P, QRST. Once again, please keep in mind the blood flow function of the heart is separate from the conduction system. They work together in their own way, and they have their own responsibilities, and they work separately, not together. Okay? Review. The SA node fires into the right and left atria. Atria contract. It also sends a shock to the AV node, which also fires its own shock through the bundle of His, to the right and left bundle branches, to the Purkinje fibers, and the ventricles contract. Now let's look at lead placement. Lead placement are electrodes. If you want to also have page 9 and page 10 side by side, that might actually assist you. Now on page 9, lead placement, we have the chest leads and we have limb leads. Chest leads go on the chest. Limb leads go on your extremities. Let's look at the chest. V1 is placed on the fourth intercostal space, the right side of the sternum. Intercostal means between ribs. You don't want to put the electrodes on a bone. You want to put them in between the bones. Your first rib begins at the collarbone, and you go down 4 intercostal spaces. The right side of the chest, which is the sternum, the mid-sternum. So V1, it's the fourth intercostal space, right side of the sternum. V2, fourth intercostal space, left side of the sternum. Then we go to V4, which is the fifth intercostal space, mid-clavicular line. If you look at the collarbone, you want to go midway in the collarbone, come straight down into the next intercostal space. Then we go back to V3, which is right in between V2 and V4. V5 is horizontal to V4 at the anterior axillary line. The word axillary means armpit, Anterior is front, so right in front of the armpit. And since it's horizontal to V4, we're still in the 5th intercostal space. Now, when you're looking at page 10, you can see how V5 slightly curves up. It's because your rib cage begins to curve up on that side of the chest. Well, on either side of the chest, your rib cage curves up. V6, horizontal to V4, so that's also in the 5th intercostal space. Mid-axillary line, once again, axillary is armpit, mid is midway. Now let's look at the limb leads, and that's on page 11. You have the right arm, right leg, left leg. The right arm, it can go on the biceps muscle, which is on the outer arm, or under the clavicle on the right side of the chest. The left arm can go on the biceps muscle on the arm, or under the clavicle on the left side of the chest. Right leg, you can put it on the calf muscle or on the fatty part of the stomach below the belly button. Left leg, you can put it on the calf muscle on the left calf or on the fatty part of the stomach below the belly button. Shows you all the lead placements. We have 10 electrodes that we're placing, even though it's a 12-lead EKG. The computer does a cross-convexity to pick up 2 additional leads. Please see the video for 12-lead hookup.